Welcome, everybody. You are listening to the Marc Drucker Show. Marc Drucker of Drucker Hypnosis Center, www.mdhypno.com. Marc is a world-renowned hypnotherapist who specializes in anxiety, phobias, stress, trauma, panic attacks, anger management, people with low self-esteem. He could really help you with any kind of problem you have. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Marc Drucker, everybody.
Hey, Peter.
How you doing, bro?
Thank you. And Peter's my awesome producer. And everybody, welcome to the show. This is Marc Drucker Hypnosis Presents. And tonight's topic is going to be about being proactive. Now, did you know, Peter, that every client that's come through my office, thousands and thousands over the last 5 or 6 years, just the last 5 or 6 years,
right?
And I've been working for longer, 5 or 6 years, every client, we've had a discussion about being proactive. What does proactive mean to you, sir?
Proactive means to me not to dilly-dally, not to sit around, not to procrastinate. It means get up and instead of thinking about things, doing them.
Cool. So would you say, a lot of people give me the, say it means, oh, I get my to-do list done earlier than the next guy or earlier than I normally do, so I'm proactive. Is that what it means to you?
No, it can really mean a lot of things to me, because there's proactive in your business world, there's proactive in your social world, and then there's proactive in your dream world, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, man, I do.
And I think that, some people are more proactive. You know what it is some people are just so comfortable the way they are. They go to work, they get their paycheck, they go home, they sit on the couch, they have their Chinese dinner, they play a little Xbox, they watch Orange is the New Black, and they go to sleep, and then they start it off, for the next day.
Yeah, that's like a modern Bruce Springsteen song you just sang to me just now. But let me tell you what proactive means, actually.
Please tell me.
It's a scientific concept in reality. Proactive means, scientifically, controlling your reaction to stimuli. Controlling your reaction to stimuli. Now, in the science world, two chemicals combine, and they form a chemical reaction. Like, do you remember when you were little and we did the science fair? And we made that paper mache volcano. We mixed the baking soda with the vinegar.
Yep.
And had that and the red dyed and made that little volcano eruption reaction thing. Well, that's just a chemical reaction that occurs between vinegar and baking soda. It has nothing to do with volcanoes at all. But the fact is that vinegar and baking soda have a chemical reaction, always. When mixed in the same ratio, they'll always have an eruption, or they'll have a chemical reaction.
Like on the Brady Bunch, when what was it? Was it Peter Brady that made that little volcano? It went all over Marsh's friends. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, you got that right, Grandpa. That's perfect. A good 35-year-old Brady Bunch. Yeah. But yes, that's a very good example. But being proactive means controlling your reaction to stimuli. And while science can't be proactive, us humans can. And that's what I promote in my practice every day. Every day I talk about it with a new client. In fact, I've written an article about it so that clients are read up about it before we even meet. Being proactive means that you have an option when a challenge comes your way. This is out of the science realm. This is into the human realm of people. We have a choice. When challenges come our way, we can choose to be angry or afraid or hostile or whatever we want to be. And that's kind of being out of control. Or we could choose to deal with the situation with a crisis in a calm way. That's what being proactive means, controlling your reaction to stimuli. And that's the power we have as humans, and that's what I teach. As you know, it's not what I teach, it's what I train people while in hypnosis. I'm a trauma specialist. As you mentioned before, at the Drucker Hypnosis Center, or mdhypno.com, my website, you'll know that I specialize in anxiety, fears, phobias, panic attacks, post-traumatic stress, self-esteem, stuff like that. And what it's important for my clients to know is that they can be proactive. They can control their reaction to stimuli so that they don't have to be afraid, that they don't have to have panic attacks, that they don't have to go into a depression, that they could handle the situation in front of them calmly, peacefully, and move on with their life. And that's the power of hypnosis. It gives you the ability to control your reaction to stimuli. So instead of just reacting, like if you, Pete, let's say if you were a little child and the stove was on and you touched the hot stove, what would you do?
I would go, ow, and move my hand.
Exactly. You didn't even need me to prep you on that. Very good. Very good, Peter. You're doing
Good answer.
You're growing up. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. You would say ow and move your hand. That's perfect. That's a common that's reaction. But being proactive means having a choice. And you can't choose when you burn yourself. You move your hand. That's instinct. Proactive means choosing how you want to deal with the situation ahead of you.
Right. Like today when I was at the car dealership, I really could have used being hypnotized because my reaction was not going to be good and I might have been arrested.
Yeah, something happened. I got a text from you about some dealership being terrible and crooks and liars.
Yeah, so that's kind of what happened. I was supposed to pick up a new car today. They gave me I guess it's a good example of proactive. They gave me a price on a lease when I was there the other day. We signed. I went there today to pick it up, and they changed that price. And they were supposed to deliver the car to me today, and I almost turned in my other car, so I was almost without a car, and I kind of got really, I should have handled it more like, well, these guys are just crooks, and I'm out of here, but I got steaming, and I shouldn't get like that. And being, like you're saying, when you're proactive, I guess you choose the way you want to handle things.
Well, I understand how you feel. You're at the moment, you are ready for the transaction, you're waiting for everything to come down. And
I was feeling anxious, by the way, at that point.
Before or before?
After they started, messing with me.
During the transaction or after you walked out?
Not after I walked out. During the heated discussion that we had with the sales manager and my sales guy.
Do you think that kept you from being as successful as you could have been, or did it make you more upset? Did it ruin your day?
You know what it is for me, being that I've had anxiety my whole life. I just don't like. I like to be in control of it, and I don't like it to be in control of me. And I felt I was a little out of control at that point. And
that's the magic word: control. Control. No one writes about except for me. No one anywhere in any type of academic writing, when they write about anxiety or stress, they never mention control. It's only about fear, fear, fear. And fear is a big deal, but trying to control things you can't control will make you nuts because you can't. And the whole idea behind proactive is that the fit's going to hit the shan, and you have a choice, excuse my language, but you have a choice whether to deal with it in a calm way or angry and ruin your day. And you ruined your day.
I wouldn't say I ruined my day. I just... I calmed it down pretty quick. I got out of there and I said, I'm one of those people that believe in the whole I live inside the universe in the sense that if it was meant to be, it was meant to be, and obviously this one wasn't meant to be. That's good.
I mean, that's right. But how many minutes did you spend in agitation when you could have been spending moments peaceful?
I was a little agitated because I'll tell you, it's like one of those situations. I just don't like people taking advantage of other people or trying to scam them. And that makes me mad. I would never do that to any of my clients. And I don't like being treated that way. And I'm like the kind of guy, I'll call the Better Business Bureau. I'll call Jeep Chrysler directly and tell them what happened. I just, whatever. It makes me angry that, in this day and age, people would do that, instead of just being be a real guy. Tell me what the car is, and I'll buy the car from you. Like, why does it have to be a game?
I feel you just express yourself beautifully. I like that you said you were angry, and then you gave some solutions to that anger. Anger. Let's define anger for a moment for our listeners. Hey, listeners, anger is defined as the feeling that someone has done you wrong, and that's a normal feeling that happens all the time. And your ability to take action by calling Chrysler or leaving comments on the internet, that's a just way of dealing with that feeling that someone has wronged you.
Right. And now, the internet lets us do things like that.
If you're responsible, you can make things right. If you're irresponsible, you could...
Really?
If one, not you, Pete. When one can make things right. And that's often the way of solving things, is making things right. But if you can't make things right, there's another solution.
You can make them left.
Or you can make them laugh. Left or laugh, either which way will do. But no. The next word is forgiveness. Forgiveness.
Even if you don't love me anymore?
Even if. Okay, we're going back to like early 80s rock and roll. I'm with you, brother, but you're a skeleton.
Listen, wait a minute. Who wants to play Velvet Underground at the end of the show?
All my fans out there know and respect Velvet Underground as well as Led Zeppelin.
I absolutely love Velvet Underground.
Okay,
so you got no argument.
So let's move on to the hypnosis stuff, brother.
Okay, so go ahead now.
Proactive is not something that you could just learn from me explaining it to you, or even on the air, or just talking to you right now, Pete. Proactive is a change. Proactive is learning an internal way of being. I don't want to make it like, oh, it's a Zen way, brother. No, it's not. It's not just Zen. It's that we have a choice as humans, not as animals, that we could choose to how our reaction is to stimuli, be it fear or be it anger. And you mentioned anger before, and the best way to deal with anger, if you can't make things right, you know what you got to do to free yourself from the anger?
Smash something?
No, what's between your wife is between you and your wife, and I don't condone domestic violence. Okay, but that being said, okay, I'm being humorous. And Peter would never do something like that.
Can I ask a question before you go on? Though, on a serious note,
go ahead. Yeah, I'd have to report that.
When you are angry, and let's say you go out, you kick something, you smash something, that doesn't give you any relief?
It does. And going to the gym gives me the same relief. I don't punch holes in my wall. I'm not in college anymore. I've been out of college for 20 years.
Right.
When I was in college, and I lived in a house off campus, I loved punching holes in the wall. We all did. But also we had footprints on the ceiling and from keg stands, and our landlord never knew why.
I guess that's why they're making the new college walls out of cinder block. But
that's right, cinder block, and we lost our deposit for some reason. I don't know why. But what's the question, Pistol Pete?
I was just wondering if it gives you some kind of a release.
Yeah, but exercise can give you so much a release, and it can help you lose weight, tone up, and release serotonin,
which
and
is
other
good.
things. Yeah, make serotonin.
All right, so I'm sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to ask.
It's okay. That's your style, brother.
Okay.
I'm going to make fun of you because you're my producer.
Okay.
And it's my show.
Okay.
But here's the answer, okay? If you can't make right, forgiveness. And let me tell you what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is not what you learned as a child. It's not what we learned as a child out there, everybody. Forgiveness doesn't mean we condone what has happened. It doesn't mean we forget what has happened. It doesn't mean we love the people who has hurt us. What forgiveness is a change that happens inside of us that frees us from the past. Again, what forgiveness is a change that happens inside of us that frees us from the past. Not forgiving, being angry at somebody or something like you are with that dealership who messed you over.
I can't hold that in me. I can't hold it in.
No, because it's like being angry at the dealer, and then the dealer gives you poison, and then so to get your revenge against the dealership, you were to drink that poison. Would that be
right? I want to let that go. I want to get that out of my life.
Then all you got to do is practice forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about condoning or liking or forgetting what has happened to you. It's a change that happens inside of you that frees you from the past. So, Peter, repeat after me. Repeat after me. I forgive that jerk at the dealership who messed me around.
Okay. I can't do it.
You don't do it for him. It doesn't matter. He's not going to even hear this. We're not going to let him listen to the show.
I think he listens to your show.
I'm not going to let him. He's blocked. He's barred.
We're blocking his IP.
He's barred.
Okay,
he's not allowed to listen.
I forgive that jerk at the dealership.
Why do you forgive him?
Because in the big picture of life, it's really not a big deal.
That's a fortune cookie answer, but I like it. But the reason you forgive him is
because in a year from now, what will it matter?
Right. As a good friend of mine says, in a year from now, it won't mean sugar honey iced tea, SHIT. I don't want to say that word out loud because
it's not proper.
I'm nothing if not.
But this
proper.
is the 2015. You know, it's not like we're all snobby in here.
I know this is the year that
The year of the curse word.
no, it's the year that the guy from Back to the Future came to the
Is that
future.
right?
Yeah, 2015, November 7th.
Wow.
What's his name? Marty McFly.
Marty McFly.
And the what?
The Biff.
And Biff. Biff was old in the DeLorean. Biff's grandson was there. Anyhow, the point is that forgiveness is not about the other guy. It's about you. It's not like you said, it's not that you condone what he's done. It's being proactive. It's choosing your reaction to stimuli. It's so that you, Pete, don't have to have a terrible day. And you listeners out there, when stuff bad happens to you, you don't have to have a bad day. You can just forgive. And being proactive. Forgiveness is a big deal. It's not about condoning what they've done. It doesn't mean you have to like them or like what they've done or forget what they've done. And so that you could just feel peaceful and calm, because why should you ruin your day over some idiot salesperson at the dealership? And, you know, I could tell that to you from morning till night, and I could tell that you're actually still steamed about it, Pete. The point is that when we do this in hypnosis, you learn to take on a permanent lifestyle of being proactive, of being able to choose your reaction.
I'm not as steamed as I was.
I know, you've calmed down a bit. The hug helped.
Yeah, the almost hug.
The almost hug helped. But the point is that being proactive means that you can control your reaction to stimuli. You don't have to be pissed, you don't have to be angry, you don't have to be mad, you don't have to hold a grudge. And so that being proactive is a choice. And that's what I teach my clients while in the hypnosis session, is choosing how to feel, not being a victim. There are no victims, only volunteers. Where are we now, Pete?
I think, you know, we're into this. Well, we were where I wanted to be, but now we're not. We are into this. Hello. We are at the end of this podcast. So, is there anything else that you would like to add to, or sum up with the proactive?
Yes, I would. Thank you for giving me that opportunity. You're a heck of a producer, by the way, Pete. I'm kidding. You're terrible. Being proactive is not something that I can explain this to you, and you can hear this, my friends, my audience, the people I love out there, but it's hypnosis. The subconscious mind learning how to be proactive is what makes the difference. So if you want to learn more about it, I offer a free consultation. You can call my office at any time. My office number at the Drucker Hypnosis Center is 347-470-8262. That's 347-470-8262. My website is www.md like Marc Drucker, mdhypno.com. That's mdhypno.com. Or you could just Google me, because I'm the world's premier specialist in helping people with anxiety, fears, phobias, panic attacks, stress, anxiety attacks, social anxiety. And if you have a problem with this, don't hesitate to give me a call. As you know, the Drucker Hypnosis Center, we believe change your thoughts, change your life. So feel free to reach out for a complimentary free consultation anytime you like. And we'll see if we can help you change your life, become a proactive person, and be in charge of the way you react to stimuli.
What about the way I react to this iPad keeps crashing YouTube?
Or the way you react to your wife. There's nothing I can do. I have my own cell phone, tablet, computers.
All right, we'll just we'll end with this if it doesn't crash this time.
Okay.
Let's see what we can do.
So, listeners, I thank you so much. If you have any questions, like I said, I offer a free consultation. Being proactive is a wonderful way to live. It means never having to be upset.
They're all screaming for you.
Me and Lou Reed. And Zeppelin.
All right, we'll see you on the next podcast. Thank you for listening, everyone.
Go on, Cal.